seconds. One into the front court. Leans in at the horn. Banks it in!
The following is a special presentation of the Grand Valley Sports Network. Welcome to the GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider, a full hour of Lakers hoops talk with head men's basketball coach Cornell Mann and head women's coach Mike Williams, plus special guests throughout the show. Now live on location, here's your host, Fongers.
Well, good Monday evening once again, everybody. We're coming to you live inside the GVSU basketball offices. Another live installment of the GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider. Talking all things GVSU men's and women's basketball, and as we always do, we begin the first half hour talking all things GVSU men's basketball as we wrapped up the first weekend of February. This past weekend on the road. On Thursday, it was Hammond, Indiana against Purdue Northwest. Saturday, we were in the Motor City to take on the Warriors of Wayne State. And the GVSU men coming off a split from the weekend. They come in 18-4 overall, 11-3 in GLIAC play. It's a three-way tie atop the GLIAC standings with GVSU, Northern Michigan, and Michigan Tech. The men began the weekend on Thursday with an 85-76 victory over the Pride of Purdue Northwest. Followed it up with a tough setback by 2 points on Saturday, 70-68 against Wayne State, as we dip into the performances of the week presented by Trinity Health, the official sports performance provider of GVSU Athletics. Head men's coach Cornell Mann joins us to talk about the split over the weekend. Corn, as always, thanks for joining us. And let's start off with the positive on Thursday against Purdue Northwest. You guys win by 9 points. It was pretty much a double-digit victory. I know things got away a little bit with some free throws and some fouling and whatnot, but Thursday was a good start to the weekend. Guys came ready to play, and yeah, nice way to start off the weekend.
Yeah, I thought the guys came out ready to play. Road games this year have been really good. Guys have been really locked in. Our team got great chemistry and camaraderie, and so taking the road sometimes is actually really fun. Away from the game, but also the game. And I thought we came out, played well. I thought we played with fire. I thought we played together. I thought we were tough. I thought we had energy, effort, and focus. I thought we played like we play.
Mason Docks, a new season high on Thursday with 23 points, 5 rebounds, 5 triples. He really got things going from the perimeter, especially in the first half. You had Trevor Smith, 16 points, 4 assists. Jalen Charity, 14 points as he inches closer to 1,000 in his GVSU career on 6 of 13 shooting. Then you had Ethan Aldrink, 10 points, 7 rebounds. Then on Saturday, it was kind of a tale of two games over the weekend. Thursday, you liked the energy, effort, and focus, as you always talk about. Maybe on Saturday, against Wayne State in Detroit, 70-68. You guys suffer a tough setback. You had a 6-point lead. I guess you could say later in the second half, let it slip away. I guess what went wrong on Saturday?
Well, I don't think we played ourselves. I don't think we played like ourselves for the majority of that game. As you can see, we had guys stumbling and falling. We had guys traveling. I mean, we really don't turn the ball over that way. We let a bunch of 50-50 balls get out of our hands. We did not have the energy, effort, and focus. It was like you said, a tale of two games. And still had because I don't want to take anything from Wayne State, still had a chance to win at the end of the game. One of the things that maybe the most disappointing thing, because I can understand the energy levels at times. One of the things that I did not like was I felt like we were not solid defensively. I felt like we were not ourselves defensively. In the first half, we were not talking. In the second half, obviously, it's down from our bench. I didn't think we were talking in the second half, but we had some uncommon fouls for the way we play, and we had them all at bad times. And so we did have a lead. We did have a lead with 2 minutes to go up 3, and we fouled way away from the basket. Just very uncommon, just on a reach. And then, we missed a couple free throws. Of course, that doesn't help. And then with 8.5 seconds, we got another foul called on us. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, we're the best defensive team in the country. And so we don't have to hold. We don't have to reach. All we have to do is defend, because we're good enough to defend. And those two calls didn't help us toward the end. The free throws didn't help us toward the end. And we did have one turnover at the end. And so we, in my opinion, was not playing like we normally play. and we didn't have the energy, but the focus was off, and that was especially on the defensive side of the ball. You can miss shots, you can turn the ball over, but losing focus defensively in a game like that toward the end of the game, that's just uncommon for the way we play.
He had 5 players in double-figure scoring on Saturday, led by Ethan Aldrink. He was a rebound shy of a double-double, 13 and 9. Mason Docks with 12 points. Then you had Jalen Charity, David Wilkerson, and Trevor Smith with 10 points apiece. Only put up 68 points offensively on Saturday. Did you see anything that bothered you after looking at the tape in regards to the offense, how things were going on Saturday?
Well, it was too stagnant. I mean, the ball was sticking too much. And we have to move the ball from side to side to unload and organize the defense. And I thought we had a few too many one-on-one plays, which I'm okay with if you going at it right now. But holding the ball and waiting and the clock is running, that's just not the way we're going to win games. And I trust all those guys to score the ball, but not that way. And so we got to do a better job moving the ball.
The GLIAC has a lot of great individual scorers, and on Saturday you saw one in Jordan Briggs put up almost 30 points. When you're at the bench defensively and you see a guy go off like that, do you kind of think to yourself, just kind of let him go off and worry about the supporting cast, or do you try and make adjustments to try and slow him down?
Well, the supporting cast, we had the adjustments made. The supporting cast is the reason he was able to get off. And so you had guys that don't normally score or shoot the ball, scoring and shooting the ball. In part, that was because they were open because we were already attending to Briggs. And so to try and switch it back, I think he had it going too much to try and switch it back. And so they were, we left holes all over the place. But even then, you get toward the end of the game, if you're super solid defensively, you're still in the good.
Was there any sense of maybe complacency? You guys came in on a 9-game winning streak, winners of 11 of 12. It's all about the mental thing sometimes. Did you sense that in your team?
I think that's the human aspect of the game. I think if you're not careful, you can fall into that. I think possibly it was some of that there, but I really think it became that after Paul got 2 fouls. I really think that's where the letdown and focus was, because Paul is a huge part of their team, and he had 2 fouls in the first minute, and we probably started feeling too good about ourselves. There's no such thing as feeling good about yourself in this league, especially on the road. Every game is a strong contest, and if that is what happened, then I think they know it in terms of the guys. They know it. They feel it. I thought they came to practice today. We had an unbelievably spirited, great practice. And so we'll obviously it happened. We talked about it some today, and we got through it.
3 weeks ago in the regular season, on the positive side, Corn, you're in a 3-way tie for first. You're in the fight. You have a chance to win the GLIAC regular season championship here. That's got to be something that the players and you guys really strive for here down the stretch.
Well, no doubt about it. I mean, that's the reason we play every game. And one of the things that this team is obviously capable of that. But one of the things I really like about this team is it's business as usual. And no highs, no lows. I don't really think they get too far high or too far low. And that's a credit to them and the way they attack the situation. And so, as we move forward, I would say to the guys, to the fans, to our staff, whoever, that we got to concentrate one possession, one half, one game at a time. And if we do that, and keep our mind set the way it's supposed to be set, I feel good about whatever's going to happen.
Our special guest on the men's side coming up here in just a few moments is redshirt sophomore Javion Otten, Grand Rapids native, product of Kenowa Hills High School. Corn, talk about Javion and his impact.
Well, Javion is, and I think the players know this, Javion certainly know this, Javion is the most talented player offensively for sure. He's the most talented player on the team. Javion can do a lot of things that a lot of other guys cannot do. With that being said, JV, he has to do what he's capable of doing every day. He had a super duper good practice today, maybe even his best practice all year. I I believe it's just a matter of time before he break all the way out. But he's a very good young man. I think he tries to be what he's supposed to be. And I tell him this, he's the only one can turn the light on. You know, we can try and be as motivative as we can, but he's in control in terms of his response and what he has to do. And like today, he had a great practice. I walked by him a couple of times and just told him that I recognize that he's going really, really hard, because if he's playing hard with the talent level he has, there's nothing you can do.
After this timeout, Javion Otten will join us, and we'll have a conversation with him as you're tuning in live to the GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider from the GVSU Basketball offices right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. And everybody tuning in on the Grand Valley Sports Network on the radio side or on YouTube, we thank you for listening and watching us tonight. Our special guest on the men's side joins us for Grind Time with Big B Coffee. It's time to be. He's a redshirt sophomore out of Grand Rapids, played at Kennewa Hills High School for his prep basketball. Javion Otten joins us. Thanks for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
So let's start off by your development here. This is technically year number 3 for you after redshirting your first year. Where have you seen the biggest growth out of your game?
Biggest growth, I would definitely say, I was never a big rebounder, and I think this year I'm really getting better at crashing the old glass. So it's weird seeing that kind of game come out because, coming out of high school, I was never big on rebounding and defense. So seeing that game come is kind of nice.
I know you're very athletic. You got some hops. We saw you as a freshman. I remember a baseline jam that you had in a home game. I can't remember who it was against, but you absolutely flew to the rim. Outside of your athleticism, do you see your confidence growing offensively with each passing game?
Yeah, for sure. Just like dribbling and just holding on to the ball, like passing, dribbling, and all that is definitely gotten a lot better. And shooting. I've been shooting it pretty good this year, so I like seeing that part of the game show too. So.
And Corn always says you're not going to see the floor unless you play defense. Do you see your defense as well as your offense getting better?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, offense is going to come, you know, when you're active on defense. So I definitely see my defense get a lot better, and that's just like it wasn't even like that it was bad defense. It's knowing where to be, and I'm figuring out where to be at the right time. So that's definitely helping me.
I know it was a long road to recovery. You had an injury, I believe it was a foot injury, right, in your freshman season. How long did it take you mentally to get back into not worrying about maybe re-injuring the foot or re-injuring or injuring something else and just getting back to playing basketball?
Yeah, that was a super tough like transition because I never really had I never tore anything. Yeah. So like that was definitely new to me. And I never really had any super long injuries. Like I usually have like some little injuries that keep me out for a week. So like, obviously it was a little tough coming back, but I don't think it really did too much of like messed up my mental at all. I think like as soon as I started getting back out there, started running, I was fine. You know. So.
Chatting with Javion Otten here on the GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider. On the academic side, your major, what you're going into, and what do you see yourself doing after your playing days are over?
I'm in sports management right now, and after basketball, I'm looking to be a coach or just somewhere like around basketball, because it's definitely my passion, definitely what I want to do. But I have been looking at taking a minor in criminal justice, but
okay. I
haven't figured out if I want to do it yet. I don't know yet. I don't know.
You have anybody in the family that has a criminal justice degree at all?
Nah, I don't. I think I have one of my aunts, one of her friends. She told me about one of her friends like connect her to her. I don't know. So I don't know.
So you want to become a coach? Any interest in possibly becoming a sports agent, anything like that, or just wanting to be a coach?
Just want to be I mean, anywhere around basketball, I feel like I don't know yet. I mean, I've in classes like I've seen some stuff that looks fun. Yeah. But like, I mean, it's like either just coaching basketball, like training, or like maybe like even a scout. That'd be nice. Or like a coach. So yeah, I don't know yet. I gotta figure some stuff out.
No doubt you got some time to do that. And on the team side, you guys are playing well, 18-4. I know you're coming off that tough loss on Saturday in Detroit, but you're battling for a GLIAC regular season championship. What do you like about this year's squad?
I think this year's squad is so much different from the last 2 years I've been here because I just think that we're just so much more closer than I've ever. Like this is the closest I've ever been with any team. So I think, if there's any team that can do it, it's definitely our team who can win that GLIAC tournament or even go farther than that, which we're hoping on doing. So, yeah, I'm excited.
What have you learned the most out of this senior group? Anything that they've told you or just the way they play? What have you learned about this senior group?
Definitely just, like, the mental side, just keep going. Like, a lot of the guys have a lot of trust in me, and I think we just all trust each other so much that, you know, it's just like, They let me know if, like, they just keep me accountable. Like, it's all about keeping each other accountable, and I think they've done a really good job at that.
I know you guys last week were ranked 14th in the country. We'll see where you guys sit coming into this week. Do you guys pay attention to those rankings much at all, or you just keep an eye on the GLIAC standings?
I mean, Corn usually comes in there and lets us know, but he lets us know right away that these rankings don't mean anything. Yeah. So, I mean, and we know that already. I mean, the rankings... You know, we know how good we are. We know how good we're going to be. So, yeah, we don't really focus too much on that.
And it's exciting, too, for the program because you guys obviously know it's been a long time since this program has been in the thick of a GLIAC chase, whether it's regular season or postseason. And also it's been quite some time since the program's been in the NCAA tournament. Yeah. Do you guys sense that as excitement and not pressure?
No, yeah, we're excited. For sure. We're excited. Pressure is not at all. I mean, we're all excited. We all keep talking about, like, we can't wait till, you know, that comes out and we get to play in a NCAA a game. You know, that'd be fun.
Off the floor, who do you room with? What do you like to do for fun? You a big video game guy?
I room with Chuck, or Charles,
Yeah.
Peyton Weimer, and David. Yeah, outside of basketball, I don't do too much, honestly. I play a little bit of video games like 2K, Madden, like all sports games and stuff. But other than that, I'm really a pretty chill person. I just like chilling.
You got hobbies at all? You got anything for fun outdoors? Any activities? Or just kind of just like chill, like you said?
Yeah, I'm a chill guy.
Okay.
I just go with the flow.
Very low maintenance kind of thing?
Yeah, very low maintenance. Very.
Okay. Favorite NBA player that you admire, want to be like, growing up or right now? Who's your favorite NBA player?
Growing up was definitely Kevin Durant, but as I got older, I've liked Ja Morant a lot.
Okay.
I just think I like his explosiveness and how he, just can create his buckets. Like I think we have similar athletic. Not I don't got that much athletic ability, but just how we play. So I think that's definitely my favorite player now, for sure.
Big Pistons fan, being from West Michigan, or you have another?
I really would. I mean, I'm a huge Lions fan.
Okay.
But I never really grew up watching basketball, to be honest. So.
Okay, fair enough. And before we let you go, Javion, appreciate your time tonight here on the GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider. 3 weeks left in the regular season. You guys know what's at stake here, seeding in the GLIAC tournament and also trying to win a regular season championship. What's going to get you guys over that hump the rest of the way here?
Get us over that hump is just being confident in who we are. Obviously it definitely gets a little harder at the end of the season, just like mentally. So just staying focused, staying locked in, and stay disciplined on defense, as what Coach was saying. Didn't have the best game Saturday, so coming off a loss, we know this next game is huge, so got to get some dubs.
Absolutely. Well, Javion, we appreciate your time tonight. Best of luck the rest of the way, and let's continue to have some fun here down the stretch.
Yes, sir.
That's Javion Otten joining us here on the GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider. We'll take another break. Head coach Cornell Mann will rejoin us. We'll preview what's to come. Home this weekend, Thursday against Roosevelt, Saturday against Wisconsin Parkside. We'll talk about those games after this, right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Hey.
GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider. To Javion Otten for joining us in the previous segment. Head men's coach Cornell Mann rejoins us to talk about what's to come. We're at home this weekend, first time in February. Thursday against the Lakers of Roosevelt. 7:30 is the tip for the men. Roughly 7:15 with the pregame coverage here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. Then on Saturday, a 3 o'clock tip against Wisconsin Parkside, the Rangers, here at the Fieldhouse Arena in Allendale. Roughly 2:45 with the pregame coverage again here on the Grand Valley Sports Network in Corn. You guys played them just a couple weeks ago on the road. You won by 10 against Wisconsin Parkside in Kenosha, 77-67. Followed up on Saturday in downtown Chicago, 87-69 against Roosevelt. Looking at the film early with these two teams, what are you seeing out of both squads here coming into the weekend?
Well, Roosevelt, obviously we played them first. Roosevelt is playing good ball. What they do is they have a lot of one-on-one plays, but that's what they're good at, and that's what they've been doing. And so we team check obviously, and that bodes well for us. We should be able to. They struggle to rebound the ball, so hopefully we, tear up the rebounds. However, they did beat Parkside, and I'm probably halfway done with that game. They played a matchup zone, and I can't speak on what Parkside does, but it seemed to work for them. For us. Well, you know this, we have over 100 actions, and if sometimes it's easier to just play zone than to try and scout all of that man-to-man stuff, and so I would expect Roosevelt to do it. Plus they had some success with it, so I would expect them to do the same against us. And then Parkside, I like Parkside's team. I think Parkside got a good coach. I think he does a good job. And, I think they got a couple guys who can really shoot the stew out of it from wherever. They got a big kid who's super athletic and tough in terms of rebounding and scoring at the rim. They didn't have Palmer, who I guess he was hurt, something with his shoulder. And so he's back playing. And to be honest with you, I'm happy about that. I thought because we always prepare, and I know I said this before, but when you're preparing for a team and you're working on a scout, you're looking to play that team when you get there. And when you get there and all of a sudden, one of the better players are not playing, it's not the same team. So whatever adjustments they're about to make, we know nothing about. And so you actually scout it for no reason, and you're about to play against a team that you have no idea who it is. I kind of think that's what happened to us up there. And to our guys' credit, they settled down and worked through it. And when we play them, I would expect them also to go back to his own.
These are the bottom two teams in the GLIAC. When you look at the GLIAC standings, Parkside's 9-12 overall, 4-10 in conference play. Roosevelt, they're playing tonight actually. They're 3-17, 2-11. Do you have to prepare any kind of special message to the guys this week in terms of, hey, let's not focus on the fact that we're playing the bottom two teams in the GLIAC. You have to respect. It's all about respecting the game, respecting your opponent. Don't worry about the records kind of thing.
Well, I think we just talked about that a minute ago, and I think they understand that after that last game.
Yeah.
Again, I think our guys are business as usual. I really think, basketball is interesting. You can mess around and get bored with winning almost. Like take it for granted, whatever the terminology might be, but I think now they are smart enough to know what's not that they didn't know what was on the table, but now they know. I think that's why practice was really good today. Now they know no matter what, they have to be on top of things, dot the I's, cross the T's. And, I think that's the big deal, and I think our guys realize that. Sometimes you need a little bit of a wake-up call, and I think they got that.
Again, Thursday at 7:30 against Roosevelt. Saturday at 3 o'clock against Wisconsin Parkside. Get your tickets at GVSUtickets.com. Love to see you out as the GVSU men look to bounce back this weekend. He's head men's coach Cornell Mann. Corn, as always, we appreciate it.
Anchor up.
After this timeout, we're talking all things GVSU women's basketball. They're coming off a split, a victory against Purdue Northwest last Thursday, and then a tough setback by the narrowest of margins in downtown Detroit against Wayne State. We'll talk about those games after this timeout in our second half hour as it gets underway in just a few minutes as we're live inside the GVSU basketball offices right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. Joining us in the first half hour. Now we're chatting about the GVSU women. Well, they're coming off their first setback of the season as they split the first weekend of February. They took care of business and then some on Thursday in Hammond, Indiana against Purdue Northwest 91-44, and then fell on a tough one, 78-77 on Saturday in downtown Detroit against Wayne State. And filling in for head coach Mike Williams is associate head coach Phil Sayers. Phil, always love you joining us on the show. Thanks for joining us tonight.
We're going to mix that, get the mojo changed up here a little bit. You know, let's get a little change in it, go to the bullpen, see if we can bring, a little different vibes for the week. And it's always good to be with you, Fongers. Always enjoy our conversations.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at the standings. You guys are 21-1 overall. Still a phenomenal record. 13-1 in the GLIAC. You're alone in first place. Let's talk about the positive first. Thursday against Purdue Northwest, you handled your business, put up over 90 points. Just your quick takeaways from that victory to begin the weekend.
Yeah, it's an interesting place to go play, a place that in previous years we've struggled at times going down there, and it's a little, you get the little darker gym, and I don't know what took so long for us as a staff to think of it, but we started turning the lights off in the arena and kind of going to a darker environment a little bit to get ready for it, and I thought our kids came off the bus with a lot of energy. We actually got a little bit behind start, and but I thought we came out flying around a little bit. I thought our transition from defense to offense was better. I thought we did a good job hunting some shots. Even if they weren't dropping early on, we still stayed with it. And I thought we really just attended to details on the defensive end of the floor. And pulled away, played a lot of kids, which was good. I thought it was good to get a lot of kids in the ball game, and kind of got a little. First half, I thought some of the kids who haven't played as many minutes were a little more nervous than they probably should have been. And ended that half strong. And then the second half, when those kids got their chance again, I thought they were really sharp, really good with the basketball, moved it well, shot it well, and just executed at a really good level. So that was good to see, and let some of our older kids that have been playing a lot more get a little bit of rest, and yet their energy on the bench was still awesome. So yeah, it was a good win. We hopped back out of there quickly. got some B-dubs, never a bad thing, and we jetted back to Allendale to get ready for our trip to Detroit.
Yeah, Paige Van Stee in that victory, 15 points, 6 steals. Mackenzie Bisbal at 13 points, 5 rebounds in the victory. And here we go, Phil. Saturday, Wayne State. I tell you what, that was one heck of a comeback from you guys. You guys are down 17 points, and this is just a testament to your team. They don't quit. They don't give up. That's on the positive side. Obviously, on the negative side, look, Wayne State, big-time field goal percentage. They made some tough shots, but there were also, I'm sure, some defensive breakdowns that you guys are going to go over here this week in practice. Just your overall takeaways from that tough loss.
Yeah, it felt weird. It's been a long time. You have that feeling where you lost a ball game, and it's not a feeling you like to you enjoy. You can look at a lot of things in a one-point ball game and say maybe it was this, maybe it was that. I think overall, and the feeling as a staff was just lack of urgency throughout that game. I didn't think we came out with greater urgency. Tried to kind of get them going at times throughout some of the media timeouts, and just didn't finish some plays and didn't really finish quarters well. If you look at the last 20 seconds of each quarter, I think we got outscored 11-1, and then starting some of those quarters, they came out. If you had perfect world, football, you can defer or take the toss. It kept being where they had the ball last and getting the ball to start the quarter, and there were some 5-0 swings, some 6-0 swings in those moments, and you kind of look at those minute and a half of action at the end of the first quarter, or start of the second quarter, end of the second quarter, start of the third quarter. They outscored us 11-1, and there's not a lot of time that ran off the clock during that time. And so, can we control some of that? Absolutely. But urgency wasn't there from the start, and we obviously picked it up late. And proud of our kids for that. I mean, you see a really storied women's basketball program this weekend had their worst loss in the history, and their coach said we have a quitting problem on our team. And when things get tough, we quit.
Yeah.
And thankful that we didn't have to have those same type of thoughts or sentiments with our group here on that game on Saturday, because there wasn't quit. There wasn't quit from the kids around the court. There wasn't quit or belief from the kids that were on the bench cheering us on. And to come down 17 and at one point have the lead with just a few seconds to go says a lot about the character and the resolve of this team. And you don't want to be down that, obviously.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot more enjoyable if you're up by 17 and all that. But I don't know if you remember, almost 365 days to the date, we had a similar game.
Yep.
Almost the reverse. We were up by 13, did not handle business, tightened up down the stretch, and I think that really got our kids' attention. You don't want to, you want to win every game, but if you aren't winning, at least you can learn, and I hope we learn from this a lot. And I got that vibe today in film, got the vibe in some workouts with our kids today, got the vibe at practice that we just wrapped up with, that they're fine. They're fine. And it's a little bit of a shock to some people that we lost this game, and yet, we probably could have seen the writing on the wall. There's some areas we were slipping in, and we need to get better at, and we'll get better at those things this week as we go into 2 more games.
Offensively speaking, in the loss, Nicole Kamid had 22 points. She was getting to the free throw line with regularity, especially down the stretch. She had a phenomenal game. Paige Van Stee, 21 points, 8 rebounds. You had Ava Scanlon, 12 points, 8 rebounds. And Mackenzie Bisbal, probably not the greatest shooting game that she would like to have. 3 of 11. She did have 10 and 6. I was going to ask you from a mentality standpoint, talk about that Parkside loss. I remember some of the seniors last year saying it's not going to happen again, and look what happened. Mm-hmm. What's the vibe you're getting from this team, especially from the seniors coming off that tough loss on Saturday? It's
back to work. It's one loss doesn't define a season. It doesn't end our season. Even on Saturday night, I said, well, we got to prep for practice on Monday. It wasn't like we lost the last game of the year, or it was a tournament game and you're done, and that's you're saying bye to seniors. It's one game. It's one game in February on the road against a very good team, a talented team. I think we'll learn from this one again. I think they're a difficult matchup because they're a good team. Good teams are going to be difficult matchups. And so when you look at it and you say, okay, we beat them here. Well, we had some things go our way down the stretch when we beat them here. This time we didn't. They kind of were flipped, and we still had a chance to win at the end, and it didn't go our way with some execution. And so the vibe of this team is this is a resilient group. There's times teams have cut leads to 6, and even last weekend Tech cut it to 6, and then we went back out a 9-0 run to start the game, or to start the fourth quarter. And that's what this team is about. And whether it's, okay, we don't have a great practice on a Monday, let's have our Tuesday practice be even better. Maybe we didn't have the first 30 minutes weren't great, let's have our second 30 minutes be fantastic. And I have yet to have a kid on this team this year or in previous years when you challenge them say, I don't want to be challenged, coach. That's not what I'm here for. They rise up to it, and they almost like they're begging for it, they're asking for it, and it's our job as coaches to do it in the way that's most effective for this group, and they'll respond to it if we do that.
Our special guest, Coach Phil, on the women's side here is redshirt freshman Kelly Cray. Talk about her development here in her couple of years in Allendale.
Kelly's a neat kid. You always look at kids who are excited to be Lakers. And I remember her on her visit and coming to a football game, and you have to ask her about her uncle. Her uncle's a really, really good football coach, all right? And so football was a big deal for her and her family. And so Lubber Stadium, I believe, sold the deal when she came on her visit. This kid loves being a Laker. And, I reference like Paige Van Steet. She's all in. She can go watch, if we had a table tennis team here, she'd go watch them and cheer her tail off. Kelly, you'll see her at soccer games, you'll see her at volleyball games, you'll see her involved. She's unbelievable on our bench. She's unbelievable energy kid. And, her development is she redshirted last year and really bought into that. Now this year, still fighting for minutes at times. She stepped up big time when Ava was down hurt. Ava comes back healthy, and her demeanor hasn't changed 1 ounce. And there's a soccer player here who knows Kelly really well and says she's one of the greatest human beings I've ever met in my entire life. And that's what we get with Kelly Cray. And I believe in that sentiment, and so probably because she has great parents, probably why she's a great kid. So we're excited about what she's going to bring for the next 3.5 years that we have her here, and really excited about her.
Coach Phil, we'll let you take a break, and I'm looking forward to the conversation coming up here with Kelly Cray, redshirt freshman out of Wisconsin. She'll join us after this short timeout as you're tuning in live to the GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider from the GVSU Basketball offices right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. Wausau, Wisconsin. Kelly Cray joins us. Kelly, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So Wausau, Wisconsin, I was asking you before we came back on the airwaves, where is it located in the great state of Wisconsin?
It's right in the center of the state. Can't miss it.
So closest big city, you said Madison, right?
Yeah, it's about 2 hours north of Madison.
Okay, very good. And I always start off first-timers on the show asking them what made you want to commit to Grand Valley State and play for Coach Mike?
Oh, goodness. So much. I don't know. I think really the full package that Grand Valley offers as a school. My parents always said to me throughout the recruitment process, go somewhere where if you for some crazy reason decided you didn't want to play basketball anymore, you'd still want to be at that school. And out of all my options, Grand Valley certainly had that. So I would say just kind of everything. The athletics from every team to just every educational aspect of Grand Valley. I love it. I love everything it offers.
Played your high school basketball at Wausau West High School. Talk to us about the level of basketball, the intensity that Wisconsin basketball has to offer.
Yeah, Wisconsin basketball is interesting and really awesome, and I'm biased. I think that it's some of the best girls basketball in the country. I think Minnesota's up there too, for sure. But my sophomore and junior year, we had really talented teams. I had some awesome upperclassmen above me, so it was cool to get to play with girls that aspired to play at the college level. My senior year had to kind of step up and fill kind of a bigger role, but overall had a really great high school experience and just was really blessed to be surrounded by some awesome teammates and players.
Your biggest rival? Who was your biggest rival?
Oh, goodness.
Or was there
Wausau East was our crosstown rival. There's a West, there's an East, so I would say that was always big for us, for sure.
Your biggest memory, how far did you guys make it, your farthest run in the tournament?
Oh, goodness. I don't know. Not super far my senior year. I think my sophomore year we made it the farthest. I think we lost the game before state. That could be wrong. Someone could fact check me on that. But honestly, this is going to sound like I really don't remember the wins and losses. Like, I remember the time with the girls, and we were back-to-back conference champs my sophomore and junior year, and we took a lot of pride in that. So, yeah.
Do you have a major picked out yet for your studies?
Yeah, I'm majoring in finance and minoring in statistics, but I don't really love math. So if you were to tell me that coming into college, I probably wouldn't have believed you. But that's the path I'm on right now. So yeah. Do
you have a specific job that you're interested in once your basketball playing days are done?
I'm kind of interested in potentially either getting my MBA at Grand Valley or my MHA, so healthcare administration. So recently I've kind of been interested in what it would look like to be an administrator at a hospital or something like that along those lines. I think working in healthcare kind of on the administration side would be fun.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Chatting with Kelly Cray here on the GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider. You don't like math, but you got to be taking a lot of math classes right now. What are you taking?
I'm taking Finance 320, Stats 311. Those are my 2 math classes right now, and then just other business classes to finish my BBA. But yeah, it's not too math heavy right now, but winter semester is always hard with travel and stuff like that. So it's been a lot with games and whatnot, but it's good overall.
You redshirted last year. I know for a lot of players it's always a tough adjustment to redshirt. How did you handle that last year?
I think I came in kind of expecting that and wanting to do that. I always kind of had the plan that I wanted to do my master's, so it works out I'll graduate next year with my undergrad and then hopefully do the 2 years master's program, whatever program I pick. But I was kind of planning on doing that coming in, and I had obviously extremely talented players above me, Riley Bisbal and many others. So that was kind of my plan coming in, and I really think, like what Coach Sayers said before, I did buy into it, and I loved my role getting better. And I think one of the most rewarding things was Riley Bisbal talking to me at the end of the season and just telling me that I made her better. Like, I was shocked about that. I was like, there's absolutely no way, because she made me so much better and just had to build a lot of toughness guarding her every day. I think if I stopped her one time in practice, I would call my mom and I'd be like, I stopped Riley today. So yeah, a lot of development, and that is still continuing. But yeah, I think I did really buy into that role last year, and I'm happy that I did it. So.
What do you love the most about Coach Mike?
Oh, goodness.
Whether it's its coaching style or something fun that he does off the floor, just being a normal human being.
I think, this is hard. I want to say something fun, but I think, I just love that I know he really, really cares about us. I think he cares about us like we're his own daughters, and I think that's really special. I would say that's what I love most about him.
Do you come from a big athletic family? Coach Phil talked about your uncle being a football coach in the state of Wisconsin. Is that correct?
Not in Wisconsin.
Okay, not Wisconsin.
He coaches at Montana State.
Okay.
They just won the national championship, the FCS national championship. So definitely a big athletics family, definitely on my mom's side. So we take a lot of pride in that, and it's really cool that we have lots of cousins that have won national championships. So that's always something to celebrate, and it's a really cool buy-in that we have for rooting for the Cats and that they have rooting for the Lakers. My aunt played college basketball. When NDSU was Division II, she played at NDSU and won national championships there. My uncle played football there. That's how they met. So my aunt's a really big supporter of me too, just throughout my college basketball journey. So yeah, lots of family support, which is great.
Well, that's outstanding. Again, chatting with Kelly Cray here on the GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider. Growing up, your biggest mentor in the game of basketball or just in your athletics life?
I'd have to say my mom. She coached me from as long as I can remember. She played college basketball, so she kind of rooted the dream in me pretty early on, and I think she really continues to show me just the relationships that you can build throughout sports, specifically basketball. And yeah, I would say she's the reason why I'm here today. Just she's helped me so much achieve my goals and really just stay grounded throughout all of it, I would say.
Where have you seen yourself grow the most, whether it's offensively, defensively, or just in your game as a whole?
I would say defensively, just because last year, like I said, guarding Riley, honestly, I mean, I think that's where I kind of thrive is on the defensive end of the court more so than offense. But yeah, I think defensively, back to the basket type of stuff, guarding kids down there, I think that's where I've really come the farthest since I've been at Grand Valley.
Kelly, before I let you go, appreciate your time tonight. On the team side, you guys know where you sit. You guys control your own destiny for winning yet another GLIAC regular season championship here. Coming off the loss, you got great senior leadership. How do you get back to your winning ways and I guess you could say keep the good times going here?
Yeah, I think just continuing to do what we've been doing all season. I think we know the talent that we have, but we also know that it's not going to be an easy road, and I think a lot of people look in and think it's easy to win, and Coach Williams says this a lot, but it's not. We work hard every day in practice, and it might look seamless on the outside, but it's really not. Down to every last player, down to our red shirts this year, like, they're putting in the time, man, and they just, like, everybody's just buying in. And so I think the buy-in from the seniors all the way down to the red shirts, like, I think that's how we're gonna do what we did maybe not what we did last year, but kind of have successful runs into the end of the season. So yeah, that's what I would say for sure.
Kelly, we appreciate it. Best of luck the rest of the way. It's fun having you on the show, and let's keep it going, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. That's Kelly Cray joining us here on the GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider. We'll take one more break. Associate head coach Phil Sayers will rejoin us. We'll preview what's to come. We're back at home this weekend. Roosevelt on Thursday, Wisconsin Parkside on Saturday. We'll talk about those games after this right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. Ray for joining us in the previous segment. Associate head coach Phil Sayers rejoins us to preview what's to come. We're at home for the first time in February this coming weekend. Thursday night, 5:30 tip against the Lakers of Roosevelt. 5:15 with the pregame coverage here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. And then it's the Play for K Pink Out on Saturday, a 1 o'clock tip. 12:45 with the pregame coverage against Wisconsin Parkside. Coach Phil, you guys faced them a couple weeks ago on the road. 66-47 on January 22nd, a Thursday night affair in Kenosha against Parkside, and then you followed it up in downtown Chicago. Really took it to Roosevelt, 75-37 on that Saturday. What are you seeing out of both of these teams in round number 2 coming up?
Well, Roosevelt right now is in a battle. They're down 3, I think it was, after the first quarter against Ferris State. They're playing right now, so it'll be a good film to watch this evening. Parkside has actually lost 2 in a row, which means they'll be even more excited to come over to Grand Rapids and play Davenport and play us. And so, we weren't prepared for a press against Parkside last time. Thought they kind of hadn't shown a lot, and I kind of felt pretty confident with our press offense. We go against press defense a lot in practice, and we were kind of on our back foot a lot against that. So we're going to address that this week. Roosevelt came out in a zone against us, which we knew was going to happen, and I think we were 1 of 12 to start the game from 3, and then kind of established some things in the block, and then made some changes at halftime, and really took over in that block in the second half. And these teams can really score. I mean, Parkside's a team that they can put up 90 in a flash if you aren't prepared for them. We did a really good job at their place defensively, really good job. Offensively, like I said, if it wasn't for the press, we were good in the half court. We just struggled in the full court breaking their press, which we'll prep for. We'll be better against this time, and then, like I said, we'll be ready for the zone against Roosevelt as well. And it comes down to execution, making shots, taking care of the basketball, valuing those possessions as we play those teams. So, looking forward to it. Man, it's only like 10 days ago we played these things, I feel like, and just kind of the way that the GLIAC schedule works. And I was like, oh, the game was only a few weeks ago. So, they're looking forward. Roosevelt had some kids that they were playing. They were coming off some flu too, and so their energy's been better. Like I said, they just beat Parkside. They're in a good game with Ferris right now, and Coach Dion, and he just gets his teams ready, and they're actually better on the road. It's crazy. I think they're 2-7 at home and 5-5 on the road. So they must love getting away from Chicago. Our kids enjoyed going to Chicago and a little different atmosphere. So looking forward to them.
Yeah, Parkside comes in 11-12 overall, 6-9 in the GLIAC. You mentioned Roosevelt playing tonight against Ferris State. They're 6-14, 5-8 in the GLIAC coming into tonight. And obviously, there's immense expectations with this program, especially the last couple of years, and you're coming off a rare loss, your first loss of the season on Saturday. From a coaching staff standpoint, how do you try and keep things positive with the players coming off a loss, going into a full week of practice here?
I'd say it's one thing that we're probably not great at times as a staff is keeping things always positive as you're teaching, but I thought we did that really well today. Just pointing out some things and saying, hey, this is where we have to get better at. These kids aren't trying to make mistakes. These kids aren't trying to get beat off the bounce. They're not trying to turn it over. They're not trying to miss free throws. They obviously want to win. They want to be the best they can be. And so, I think it's a matter of teaching and coaching through that time and having them feel confident to make the plays and not worry about the mistake. And so, and to stay positive, like I said, it's 1 loss in the last whatever, and you don't want to roll into 2 or 3 or 4. And how do you do that? You just go back to what mattered. You go back to your standards as a program. You go back to what got us to 20-0 or 21 or whatever. I don't know our record. I can't keep
21,
things.
but
sure.
Yeah.
So we won 21 straight. Well, what were we doing for those previous 17, 18 weeks? Well, we were coming to practice. We were staying coached. We were getting extra workouts in. We were getting extra shots up. And so keep doing those things, and we'll hopefully be okay, and we'll rectify these things and get better at them.
Roosevelt on Thursday at 5:30. Wisconsin Parkside in the Play for K Pink Out on Saturday at 1 o'clock. All the fun begins 15 minutes prior to the opening tip right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. He is Associate Head Coach Phil Sayers. Phil, it goes fast. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you this weekend.
Hey, happy birthday to my nephew. I'm his favorite uncle. DJ, happy birthday, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate you joining us, Phil. Again, this weekend, a doubleheader, women at 5:30, men at 7:30, 5:15 with the pregame coverage against Roosevelt. Then on Saturday, it's women at 1, men at 3, 12:45 with the pregame coverage. Get your tickets at gvsutickets.com. Both teams are still going to be nationally ranked, in my opinion, and they're going to be playing some really good basketball here, looking to bounce back after splitting this weekend on the road this past weekend. That's going to wrap things up on a Monday. For everybody involved, I'm Brian Fongers saying thanks for tuning in. You've been tuning in live to the GVSU Basketball Weekly Insider here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. We thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you again Thursday from the Fieldhouse Arena in Allendale. Anchor up, and as always,